It's Madden NFL 22 on EA Sports, where London will play host to a different kind of football. It's the Bengals and the Black Knights on Monday Night Prime Time.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd gets set to match up with the Cincinnati. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon. In this one, they know coming in they've got to be at their best because they're facing one of the better overall defenses.
He's not one of the better offenses around in terms of running the football. Put to the test a bit. The big plays in the run game, they haven't been there of late, so maybe that means we'll see them shake things up a little bit. Some RPOs, some touch passes, some draw plays, anything to try and gain a little bit of momentum.
Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. Here's Carter now on the return. And he returns this to the 22.
We got this.
So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And a look here at their go-to guy under center.
And I liked what his head coach told us about him this week, that no matter what happens, whether he throws 7 interceptions or 7 touchdown passes, he's the same assertive leader in the huddle on each and every play. He can throw the 7 interceptions, just blame the football, blame anything else, and still carry himself like he is the man.
It's like you, assertive in our production meetings.
Well, especially when we're talking about ordering dinner, ordering some snacks.
I was just going to say.
That's where I go.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And his first pass is incomplete. So, Charles, you look at this offense, and really on paper, at least, a great situation for them upcoming. They're unbeaten on the year, an open week coming up after this. So I guess my question, any worry that maybe this is coming at the wrong time?
Oh, definitely I would be worried about this game, maybe more than any other on the schedule, because I know my guys are looking ahead to that open week. I've got to keep them focused on the task ahead, make sure they take care of business in this one. Otherwise, you're talking about a double trap. The trap of losing the game and then having the open week and having to stew about it.
It's a big play there. And, CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we can at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there. Now a play fake here on first down. Rolling to his right. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down.
Well, let's give some credit to the defense. They did a nice job there as they flushed him to his right. But he is able to buy some time, extend the play, and turn it into a short gain.
First carry for the Clemson man, Travis Etienne. And a short gain down to about the 33. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Well, this defense for the Bengals, they put together a strong effort last week in the win over Chicago.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
That is taken in by the tight end Fant. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
And they'll run with Etienne. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going.
And it's caught. Touchdown. LaVisca Chenault, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Black Knights march right down the field on the opening drive to take a first-quarter lead. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
The point after is good, and that makes the score 7-0. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded right at the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Here come the Bengals now to take over. They're led by the #1 overall pick in the 2021 draft, Trevor Lawrence.
The word is potential, potential, potential. Think about this guy from the time he was in high school, one of the top prospects going to college, coming out of college, mentioned as a generational type quarterback. He looks the part. Tall, big arm, surveys the field. It can take off and run when under duress.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Now Lawrence. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that is incomplete.
A deep ball down that right sideline, and he made sure that he put it where either his guy was going to catch it or no one was.
Here's 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Lawrence. That one taken in by T. Higgins. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. Incomplete. He was waving his arms, wanted the football, but he dropped it. And that reminds me of a story you told me from your days at Tennessee. We don't need to mention the other guy's name, but when he dropped an open pass that you blew coverage on, what'd you say to him?
Yeah, it was really not right since I blew coverage, but since he dropped the pass, I said, well, maybe next time he'll just walk it out here and hand it to you. Would that be easier? He wasn't real thrilled with that.
That's cold-blooded. Cold-blooded. On 3rd down, Lawrence. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. Caleb Chason has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Bengals in control of the football. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their 2nd drive. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes, because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it, and let's go with it. Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving. And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
A tough run, but not a huge gain. Dropped at the 25. It'll be a gain of 2 on the play, but they'll remain a few inches short here with third down looming. Oh, they go with a tight end carry. He's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. Two minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game.
Let's go.
A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. To Chenault on the slant. And they've got it inside the 10.
It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Now a throw. Zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. So an incomplete pass a moment ago, and that leads to 2nd and goal. They'll drop to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. LaVisca Chenault with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Black Knights are able to extend their lead.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8-ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback. Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their second drive. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0 the score as they regroup with 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Lawrence. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
2nd and 10. Lawrence will throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they had incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. It'll be a gain of 5, and the punt team will now come out on 4th down.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. He finds his man, complete. That's Griffith. That catch good for only a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Escaping the pressure right. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. They'll look to throw.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
They'll try and throw for it here. He's got his tight end field before going out of bounds.
We always talk about big-time players make big-time plays in big-time moments. I think that 4th down qualified. That was a heck of a throw.
And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. And this will be called officially a 66-yard attempt. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice, an ambitious effort, but it's well short. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night, as it's time now to send you back stateside to Orlando, Florida, and check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started up at FedEx Field in our nation's capital, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Kyle Trask leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. From there, let's head west to see what's going on with the Raiders at home in Las Vegas. And they were winners in that one as they take care of the visiting Denver Broncos. Josh Jacobs, 2 touchdown runs to lead the way. Finally, let's get to the desert to check on the Cardinals at home in Glendale. And they were losers in that one as they fall to the visiting Seattle Seahawks. Russell Wilson, excellent in the victory as his guys run their mark to 4-2 on the year. Time now for a check of the next-gen stats for the Bengals in that first half. And they will need to get this passing game in gear because they did not do much of anything in that first half. And it's why the scoreline is what it is. Meanwhile, on the other side, they had a little more success than their counterparts did in the passing game, as evidenced by the numbers there. Both teams making their final adjustments. We're closing in on the second half. And for the call, let's get you back over to London, where we rejoin Brandon Gaud.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. As they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the second half.
And no return here for Agnew, so they'll bring it out, start the drive at the 25.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
And right out of the gate, they face what you think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
On 2nd and 7, Lawrence.
Well, that'll be incomplete. He took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins.
And unable to connect, incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Now, here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for Cincinnati. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And the last time that they were on the field, a little demoralizing. Missed field goal. You know, always feel like you want to get it in the end zone, but then, oh, well, at least we're going to get 3. Didn't go through the goalpost, though.
It does test the mental processes of a team, though, doesn't it? Because when you miss a field goal, it's amazing how fast they want to turn on the guy kicking the ball. But you need to keep his confidence up.
And a loose football, and the Bengals have recovered it. Well, you had an offense working with a comfortable 2-score lead here in the third quarter, and certainly doesn't feel as comfortable now following. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. They'll start on the ground. Etienne. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
He finds his man complete. That's Griffith. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. They go play action here on first down. On the move to his left. He's got the first down here inside the 30.
So in this case, you'd think the defense would be collapsing to the left side of the field, and they forced him to his left. So he just tucked it away and picked up some yardage.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down. They'll run with Etienne, and they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Now we'll look at Smith. Not sure exactly what happened, but he's still down. We'll check on his status when we get back. This offense converted once on fourth down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. They give it off here to the tight end. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Rolling to his left. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. It's their quarterback with touchdown number 3 here in this game and 17 now on the year. And the Black Knights are able to widen their advantage.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback. Cincinnati set to take over once again. The results for them so far not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet. You're trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice, and maybe that's throwing them off? Or do they just have to go to a different play calling section and try and run some offense that way?
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Welcome back now here in London. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Now a second down and 6. Here's Lawrence. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it'll be a turnover. This is going the other way.
Well, partner, I think it's safe to say they can mark this down as extremely frustrating. Here we are in the fourth quarter, and that last play, that turnover, I think it epitomizes what happened to them all day on offense.
So symbolic, and that's why they're still being shut out. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
And that is incomplete. Well, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. He'll drop to throw. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Etienne. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal. And quickly, they get to the line.
Once more, Etienne.
And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
And it's caught. Touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year.
And the Black Knights add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Extra point right down the middle. And it is 28-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Jamal Agnew now to return it.
And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Cincinnati's offense coming back here onto the field. And their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. Throwing now, Lawrence on first down.
This is caught. It's Boyd. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Hey, man, let's play our game.
Too far downfield, something those linemen have to watch out for, and that time it costs them.
From the shotgun, Lawrence.
And his throw here is incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
Lawrence.
And that is incomplete.
At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because just as you of them, but they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Maybe a frustration penalty there because he's picked them apart.
They've tried their best to get to him and haven't done it successfully. A penalty as a result of that hit there.
On first down, Lawrence. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. And oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete.
They'll probably spend a little extra time dissecting the game film after this when I think the part of their plan was to hit them over the top of the deep ball. They've been unsuccessful all night.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
It's a throw again is Lawrence. Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. Third down. From the gun on third down, Lawrence. He'll drop this one down to Mixon. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the first down. That's going to bring up fourth down, only a gain of 2 there. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Fourth down. Here's Lawrence. Open man. It's complete to Higgins. And he'll be stopped right at midfield.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. And the pressure gets to Lawrence, and he'll go down. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. Meanwhile, Lawrence's throw taken in here by Chase. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. Here's Lawrence to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And does the defense have it? They do, says the referee. We're going the other way.
As they say, this game hasn't exactly been one for the books. I mean, we're into the fourth quarter here, and now this happens, another turnover. Not one that they're going to hold up and say, yeah, this has been a banner day.
Absolutely. Still sitting on 0. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. Flush to his right. He finds his man complete. That's Griffith. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him.
Well, partner, nothing but praise from me for this offense. They have been tremendous all night long. They knew what they had to do to unlock the defense. And let's face it, this has been a master class in offensive football that we've been here to witness.
And that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. A handoff for Etienne. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
And they just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go. This one obviously decided. Not sure they needed to take it, but we'll take it with them. Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more. A little insult to injury here late in the game. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over. So plenty of smiles for the folks here as they head for the exits. It's a victory for their hometown guys. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the home team here, they remain as hot as anyone. 6-0 now through the first month and a half. And now it's off to Heathrow as they get set to fly back to the U.S. in a couple hours. Meanwhile, for Cincinnati, the loss will drop them to 4-2 on the year. And they will be at home next week to take on the Miami Dolphins.